So I guess my question is that I'm most curious about are what are some of your horror stories from hosting uh, a dating show on the internet and then stand-up comedy, all that in one?
Mm. Okay, I have two horror stories. One is I was shooting Hot and Single, and a
Hmm.
guy came on and he told me that he came on the show because I looked like his ex that had broken his heart. And I was like, he's gonna kill me. And he definitely had serial killer energy. And then he showed me a photo of his ex, and she did look like me, uh,
Okay.
which was crazy because he was so not attractive. I was like, how did he pull this girl? And
Right.
that was interesting, but it wasn't really a horror story. He was sweet and nice. It was just like a funny where I had an out of body experience and I went, it's crazy that I just tell random men where I am in a park and then I invite them and then anything could happen.
Right. I was assuming your camera person or producer or whoever you may have on site is always someone ready to jump in
Strapped
and
with a gun? No,
exactly.
no, they're absolute pussies. No way.
Yeah, I would work on that in New York City if I were
Yeah,
you.
maybe get a bodyguard of
Yeah, something like
some
that.
tall Russian guy. But actually the only really scary thing that happened to me was one time I was home alone and I was watching a scary movie by myself, which was
Okay.
already I shouldn't have done that. And I get a ding on my phone, so it's like the phone dings, the glow hits my face. I'm sitting in the dark and it's just an email from an unknown email and the subject line is watch this. And I'm like, what is this? And I open it and it's a guy uploaded a video of himself on Zoom,
Mhm.
shirtless, filming it like this, like filming himself. And he's
Right.
just like, hi, Steph, I've been a big fan. And he starts naming all of my upcoming shows and being like, you're just so talented. And I'm so, he like seemed drunk or crazy. I didn't know if he was naked. Like it was so creepy. And he was like, I can't wait to go to your show next week. And he was naming where my show was. And I was watching this scary movie. I was like freaking out. I was like, I have a
Right.
stalker. And then I had to call all the clubs in New York and send them the video and say, don't let this guy in. And for a week, I was like scared to leave the house because I was like, he's gonna kill me.
Do you consistently have to deal with overbearing men being a stand-up comedian, a female stand-up comedian in this, or are they most
I mean,
um
they exist, but I'm not that famous where like I have real stalkers. I mean, I have men who DM me 30 times a day, but like they're at a safe distance, you know.
that happens with anybody that has any semi-attractiveness to them. But
Yeah.
one question I would, why do you feel men are so offended isn't the right word, but put off by female comedians when they say that all you do is talk about sex and things
Mhm.
like that? Why are they so just put off by female
Well,
comedians
we
in
have the
general that
source right here. You tell me.
one thing I try to pride myself is being self-aware, and I think it's more of like a um any type of female success is triggering to them because they're supposed to be alpha in every aspect of their lives. But just at what amount you guys have, female comedians in general, just have to deal with it is insanity. Like you can
Mhm.
have hilarious bits, and there's always people on there talking about, nah, undeserving, stupid. All they do is
Yeah.
talk about sex, as if men or male comedians don't do
Don't
pretty
talk
much
about
the
dick
same.
and balls.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you a dad?
I am not. No.
What is where does your curiosity for this come from? You seem like a feminist icon.
Feminist icon is a bit much, I would say, but I just equality is something I pride myself on. When I go to therapy, it's one of the things that my therapist and I speak about. Um,
Why do you think you think about it so much?
Self-awareness is just something I pride myself on. You have these people in the world today that are followers of like Trump and the MAGA cult and make America great again. And well, first of all, when was it ever great? Second of all, we're not free until we're all free. I know these all sound like cliche pieces of bullshit, but that's really what I feel deep down. And I guess the main things that I wanted to ask you were about that because not just you, but every female comedian I follow on the internet has to deal with this shit. And it's annoying, very triggering for myself. And I'm not the one that even's dealing with it at.
Yeah, to me it's like I mean, I do think because I know a lot of male comedians and I even the ones who are very supportive of us, I
Hmm.
think still deep down are like, but women will never be as funny as men. I think that is like a baseline thought that they have, which for me just gives me further drive. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be as funny as like Louis C.K. or
Right.
whatever, whoever your heroes are, and Dave Chappelle or whoever these greats are in comedy. Like, I'm inspired to be better or as good as them. So it doesn't really bother me because I'm just so used to it. I've just accepted it as fact. But I don't know. It's crazy that anyone would think women aren't funny because women are the internet. Like w women are the voices of the internet. We've created meme culture. Like we are that. And like
Right.
everything trickles down from that. That's like female voices.
Understood.
But it's interesting that this is so on top of like, are you a big like fan of different like female comedians?
Yeah, comedy in general, but like Beth Stelling, obviously Nikki Glazer, as you spoke of, yourself. Just I find it funny to see how not just males but females struggle in the dating realm. I'm like tragically single pretty much my whole life. I think the dad vibe question came off because I have five nieces and nephews, so maybe that's it.
Mhm.
But just yeah, just seeing from what a comedian's perspective it's like to have to deal with that on a daily
Why,
basis. But
why do
yeah,
you think you're tragically single?
I don't know why. I just haven't had any luck in the dating realm whatsoever. I don't know if it's looks, I don't know if it's confidence. Like I said, I pride myself on self-awareness, and I try to put my best self forward and make everything around me a better place. I just don't know. I feel like me being so open about things like therapy and stuff like that come off as red flags, which
No.
in my opinion, depending on what you're in therapy for, should be more of a bonus perk than a red
Yeah.
flag. But yeah,
Maybe
I
we'll
don't
get
know.
you a date through this.
Never can tell. Never can tell. I'm open to anything. So
Maybe it'll happen. I think you're a catch. I think if you're thinking about these things, then I mean, it means you're a great guy. You're better than 99% of the guys out there. And having a dad vibe is a great thing. As someone who has a bad dad, that's a good thing.
that's the one thing I take from it too. My parents were non-existent, so I don't know where I got this from.
Yeah.
Maybe the few years I got to spend with my grandfather, so I'm grateful for that. But
Mhm.
Steph, love you, love your shows. Take care of
I
yourself.
think you're amazing. I think we're gonna find you a date.
Let's do it.
Let's
And maybe I'll sign up for one of these and bug you another time down the line.
Please do. Please do.
Be
I'd love
well,
to
Steph.
talk to you more. Bye.